I am back from a little holiday and I tried to pre-record one video whilst we were away and lesson learned, I will not do that again. I do apologise to everyone who correctly stated how wrong I was with the injury situation, but we are back and I thought, you know what, to make up for the fact that I've missed a couple of videos and that video was a complete, I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. We are going to be filming our Bologna review live. The game is set to kick off, I don't know if you can see the timer, in about an hour's time. So why not kick off with the lineup? But before we do that, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on so you don't miss a thing. And comment down below your thoughts on the game. Obviously, I don't know the result. I could make a complete tit of myself here because I'm going to be doing predictions now and then at half time, and then we'll review the game at full time. But the lineup has just dropped. I have it on my phone. Let's bring it up right here. Obviously, you guys know how we're lining up, but we are going with Martinez, Konsa, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres, and Ian Maatsen as the back five. I like Ian Maatsen coming in. I think eventually he is going to be Aston Villa's left back, so why not start giving him these minutes in games that we should probably be expected to win, to be fair. And Luca Digne needs a rest, so I'm not mad at that decision at all. Diego Carlos being in there, Konsa at right back, I'm not 100% sure on. Perhaps we could have started Costa Nedeljkovic, but again, you want that experience, you want your seniority in the team for these big Champions League games at Villa Park. And you think about seniority, Maatsen's a Champions League finalist. Need I say any more? We move on to the midfield, and McGinn comes back in at left mid. Great to see our captain, Super John McGinn, back in the lineup for me. Tielemans and Onana is the obvious choice. In midfield, they've been absolutely fantastic this season. Leon Bailey looking to get back into form, and I'm backing him to get a goal today. Remember that one in about 2 minutes time, probably. And then Rodgers, and the big one, John Duran, has been given the call-up. Ollie Watkins drops down to the bench. It's a massive call, but in the end of the day, Ollie Watkins is our main striker, and he does need to be rested. He's played a lot of minutes. The way he plays is very high intensity, very high pressing. I'm not mad at John Duran getting the start here to celebrate that new contract. He starts in the Champions League, and by Lord, you just know he's probably going to get a goal or a hat-trick or something ridiculous, or a red card, because you never know with him. And then our bench is absolutely outrageous. I mean, Robin Olsen? I thought you was dead. But he's back on the bench. Matty Cash, Tyrone Mings, welcome back to the squad. Luca Digne, Nedeljkovic, Bagard, Kamara, Ramsey, Barkley, Bundia, Philogene, and Watkins. It's a ridiculous bench. We have so much power coming off the bench now. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic game. I'll see you at half-time. My prediction, 3-0 Aston Villa. John Duran to score 2 goals and Leon Bailey to get a goal as well. So the second half has just come to a close, and the half-time stats, I'm going to chuck them on the screen now as my cat goes mental. 9 shots for us, 5 for them, 3 on target each. We are having 64% of the ball, and our pass accuracy is much, much better as well. But those stats don't mean much because it is 0-0. We've had the better chances for absolute sure. I think Morgan Rodgers probably should have scored that one that he had later on in the first half, where he's gone through and put it to the keeper's, or his left, keeper's right. Keeper saved it with his foot. We have looked a little bit susceptible down the wings. Ian Maatsen, I do think, has been doing a fantastic job, but Konsa against Ndai looks like a little bit of a mismatch for me, but Onana has been fantastic in helping out defensively. Our worst performer of the first half, unfortunately for me, is one of my favourite players for Aston Villa, but Leon Bailey. Every time he gets the ball, he loses it. His passes are weak. Defensively, he isn't getting back and doing his job, so I do think he will probably be the first substitute of the second half, whether it's Jadon Philogene that comes on or Jacob Ramsey comes on and McGinn moves over to the right-hand side. That is yet to be seen. But everyone else has been having a pretty good game. I think John Duran has been a little bit off the mark. We could possibly see Watkins being introduced around the 60-minute mark. But apart from that, we have been dominating. We've definitely had the better chances. I just think there's a couple of little cracks in our defence that Bologna could exploit. I think Bailey coming off will be a good thing for the whole team, and I also think there could be a possibility of either Carlos or Konsa coming off, and the likes of Matty Cash or Costa Nedeljkovic coming on, just because Ndai has been such a threat down Bologna's left-hand side and our right-hand side, possibly because Bailey is meant to be the one coming back and helping out, and he hasn't been doing that. Could be a bit of a weakness, but I think a couple of substitutions will rectify that. I mean, the likes of Jadon Philogene coming on, you saw what he'd done to Gnabry and Sane against Bayern Munich. Whenever he's asked to do a job defensively, he does it, and he does it very, very well. Could solve that. A little bit disappointed in Bailey, like I say. I think he's just a little bit off the pace, and he needs a couple of games of confidence under his skin, and that's just not going to happen tonight, I don't think. Bologna are doubling, tripling, quadrupling up on him, and he's not getting that chance. But first half, decent. My 3-0 prediction could be going down the pan, but I still think we're going to win. I'm still pretty confident in a win. We've been much the better team. We just need to put that possession and those chances to use now. And there you have it, Villa fans. It's a lovely little 2-0 win. Thank you very much. One under my prediction, but we move. A lovely second half performance. Honestly, we absolutely destroyed them in the second half, and we comfortably deserve to win. But let's get straight in to the player ratings on the screen now. Martinez, I'm going to give an 8. I thought, when he had to make saves in the first half, he'd done it, and he was very commanding over his area as well in the second half, coming out and claiming a lot of balls. We move out to the left back, Ian Maatsen, and for me, he was my shout for man of the match. 10 out of 10. I think he barely, if at all, put a foot wrong this game. He was absolutely fantastic. Centre-backs, Pau and Carlos both get 8s. Both played really, really well, both defensively. Pau Torres showed some strength at points in this game as well, and the build-up play. I mean, that ball from Carlos to Rodgers that led to the second goal, that was delightful. I'm not even going to lie, that was delightful. And then Konsa out on the right, I'm going to give a 7. Struggled a little bit in the first half with Ndai, but then in the second half was typical Konsa. And by the way, for that second goal, it was never, ever a foul for the first goal. McGinn on the left, going to give an 8. Got his goal today. Great to see John McGinn scoring in the Champions League. Tielemans 9. Typical classy Tielemans performance. Thought he was absolutely brilliant. And then Onana and Barkley, I've clumped them together. I'd probably give them a 6. Bailey and Philogene, again, clumped them together for a 6. Probably one of our weaker performances in that game from Leon Bailey. John Duran got an 8 for me. Fantastic goal again, and made by Rodgers, who I give a 9 to. And there you have it, Villa win again. I'll throw the table up because it's very, very nice to look at right now. But I said it after, I think it was when we played Young Boys, that we're top of the Champions League. A lot of people probably laughed and thought you're only saying that because no one else has played. Well, we're 3 games in and we're top again. A fantastic performance. One of the best Villa performances I have seen this season. We were absolutely dominant. Limited them to few and far between chances, and we created a lot and should have scored a lot more. Very nice to see Boubacar Kamara back as well in the Champions League for Aston Villa. But as always, up the Villa, we're top of the Champions League. What a Tuesday.